Hey guys, Trinda here with another freezer cooking video. In today's video, I am going to be bringing you along as I make 5 freezer breakfasts. These just make my life so much easier in the morning, especially with 3 kids. I actually did this a few months ago, but I definitely do it a couple times a year. Once right before school starts, I fill my freezer with breakfast so we can worry about getting adjusted to school and not worrying about having a healthy breakfast or a fast breakfast, stuff like that. I did use a website called Once a Month Meals. If you have not checked them out already, I left a link in the comments down below. Go check them out. It's a website. You can get some free meals or recipes on there, but to get full access, you do have to be a paid member. But it will print out your shopping list, your prep list, your chopping list, and labels, everything. This video is not sponsored by them, but I just wanted to let you know it's an amazing website that I've used for years and love. So if freezer cooking is something you're interested, stick around. So the great thing about Once a Month Meals, if you are a member, you can make a menu and then it'll print out your shopping list. So here I have all the things I needed. A lot of these things I actually had on hand. There's some more of my shopping list. And then if you want to split up your freezer meal day into a couple days, it does give you like all the jobs you can do beforehand, like everything you need to chop. So if you want to chop everything, it also gives you what meats and stuff you need to do ahead of time. Like I need to brown a pound of ground sausage, and it even shows you like recipe it's for, in case you're wondering. And then your chopping list. I think like things like mashing the bananas, I don't need to do that ahead of time. I don't have much to do. Instead of doing the roasted red pepper canned, I have some. I was going to just do a fresh red pepper, but we ended up sauteing some peppers and onions last night with dinner. So I'm just going to use some of that. I'm just improvising with what I have. Instead of russet potatoes, doing 2 cups, I'm using frozen hash browns. So I actually grabbed those out of the freezer to let them defrost. And the store I went to Aldi, they did not have shallots. So shallots kind of have like it's kind of like a cross between an onion and garlic. So I'm just going to add onion and some garlic and make do with what I have. So that's all the prepping instructions. And then it's kind of nice. And then it even gives you cooking day instructions. So that way it knows like, hey, your oven's being used for that. So go ahead and make this. While this is cooking, freeze this, cook this. It shows you what apparatus you're going to be using. Oven. This is just mixing. Let me show you. All right. And then oven cook. A lot of oven cooking. Now, I do have a toaster oven that I can cook some things, so I might try to utilize that as well. We'll see. And then this just needs the waffle iron. And then after that, it's just going to print out, sorry if I can get this turned, each actual recipe. So you have detailed directions, and then at the end, after every recipe, it gives you a thaw sheet. You can stick this right on your freezer if you like. It shows you, so if you want to eat those churro waffles, you know you need to thaw those in the fridge, and it takes about 2 minutes in the microwave. So all these are going to be microwavable. Some are countertop and some fridge. So that makes it easy. And then after your thaw sheet, it's going to give you these. You can cut out and put in your bags. These are actually, it shows what it is. I always add the date in it. It's going to give your nutritional info if it has it, like this one doesn't have it. And then how to defrost it and how to cook it. So I will be cutting those up later. All right, so here I am browning up a pound of sausage. This is going to be for the little quiche cup, so it's almost done. I'm just browning that up. And then the only other thing I did to prep is, don't mind my messy kitchen, is I have the 2 cups of hash browns defrosting. And then I look through my recipes. The one thing it won't tell you is like You need softened cream cheese, so I went ahead and grabbed the 2 packs to sit out. And it also takes softened butter. So I went ahead and looked through the recipes and grabbed those things that need to be sitting out. This I'll throw in the fridge. And that is what I'm doing for now. And then I will be all set. I'm going to double check my ingredients because I'm going out. I need to go get eggs today. So I'm just going to double check I have everything. That way I'm not in the middle of cooking and I realize I'm missing one ingredient or something like that. Another thing I do like to do is put all the ingredients in one spot. So it's all right there to grab. I'm not running back and forth to the pantry. We are going to be doing these peanut butter jelly muffins. They sound delicious. Nixon's. Yeah. Say hi. Hi. You're going to put the muffin tins, just one in each, just like that. You can do it. Pull them apart. So for this recipe, you're going to need flour, sugar, baking powder I got to grab. You need that too. Peanut butter, creamy, vanilla, salt. Those are just for snacking. Those aren't part of the recipe. It calls for grape jelly, but I'm going to be doing strawberry jelly because that's what I have on hand. Plus, that's my kid's favorite. Milk, 2 eggs, and 2 tablespoons of softened butter. So, and it's going to make hopefully 24 of these muffins. So, you need to line your tins. Good job. But I'm not going to line this one because this is one of those silicone ones. I love this. I really wish I had a second one. That's definitely something I'm going to invest in eventually.
One more.
You need one more? Okay, I'll help you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start this recipe. All right, first we are going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so first we are going to add the flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. So we're going to need 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Sugar.
Yes. I want to do it. Yes.
That's a lot of sugar.
I'm going to taste some.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Put it in. No, put it in. Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
We put in 1.
And then we need the salt, 2 teaspoons, and then 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Hold on.
Baby, I'm going to get one.
Hold on.
You're not letting me. No. Okay.
Okay. Now you got your chair.
Yes.
Now we're going to move on.
Now we're going to move on to this.
What is this? Baking powder. We're going to do 4 of these.
Now we're going to do 4 of baking powder. Video. 1. I'm doing 1 by myself.
Okay.
2.
Scrape it. You use this edge to scrape it.
1 more. 4.
Oh, that's not quite full. Let's get it all the way over full and then scrape it off. There you go. 4.
Okay, yes.
So we're going to mix that together.
Yeah. So we mix it together.
Be gentle so that flour doesn't go everywhere.
It's so hard.
And next to that, we're going to add 2 cups
Of what?
of creamy peanut butter. So you keep stirring that, and I'm going to get the peanut butter going. cut out a little bit, but we did use a hand mixer and we beat in that peanut butter until it was well combined and crumbly. Next, we added 2 cups of milk. We did 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and we're about to add 2 eggs to this, and we're gonna whisk it together. Right now we are. So I just have our 2 eggs cracked. You wanna?
Yeah. Pour it in?
Yeah, pour it in.
And mix it up.
And we're gonna whisk that up.
Yeah, mix it up.
Yeah, whisk it up.
Mix it up.
Or mix it up, yeah.
Tell me if it's done, okay?
Okay. Can I have a little turn? Okay, so we are gonna add this to our peanut butter mixture just until combined. So we're not gonna over mix this, okay?
Yeah, okay.
You wanna do some stirs? Okay, go ahead. Nice gentle stir. We're gonna put in about 1.5 tablespoons into our muffin tins.
Yeah.
We're gonna top that with 2 teaspoons of jelly, and then top it with another tablespoon and a half. I'm just gonna spray my muffin tins so they doesn't stick.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, careful, don't fall. I'm looking for my little scooper. Here it is. Can I get it? Can you get it out?
This one?
Yes, that one.
What about this one?
Well, that's the rice. We don't need that. This looks like about 1.5, I would say.
I have this one. Can I do this one? No.
So we're gonna try this
Can I do
out.
this one?
That maybe is a
Can I do
tablespoon.
this one?
No.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe a tablespoon and a half. Well, I'm gonna have you do the jelly. Does that sound like a fun part?
I'm gonna do that too.
You wanna do this part too?
Yeah.
What we've done is we've put the mix in, we've added about 2 teaspoons of the jelly on top, and then we're adding another scoop on top. I'm gonna see how much batter's left after that and just kind of use what we have up left.
Yes.
And we will see how these come out. This is my first time. And something I want to mention, I said there was butter in this recipe. There's no butter in this recipe. I don't know what I was looking at, but I double checked because it was still sitting there and I hadn't used it, and sure enough, there's no butter in this recipe. So sorry for the confusion. We are going to bake these at 350 for about 22 to 25 minutes.
Yes.
So I will see you then. So these did take 22 minutes and I went ahead and pulled them out and I stuck a toothpick in. It came out clean. So this is what they look at. They look amazing. You could see a little bit right there where the jelly came out. But it's not too bad. I think these came out a little bit better. But I am so excited to dig into these. They just look and smell amazing. So they are cooled down a little bit. So let's see how easily these come up. And Nixon's going to be our first. Oh, these come out, of course, wonderful. Oh, look at that. Looks perfect. All right, let's go bring that over to Nixon. All right, so he's agreed to let me cut it open so we could check out what the inside looks like. All right, you ready? You want to see?
Yes.
Open it up. Does it look delicious?
Yum,
Ooh, look
yum,
at that.
yum.
It looks amazing. All right,
Yes.
so give it a try.
We'll make it in little pieces.
Oh, you want it in
Like
little
this,
pieces?
like
Oh,
this.
little tiny?
Like this.
Okay, how about I make it? Is that baby pieces?
Like this.
Okay, try it. I want to see if you like it.
Like this,
Okay.
maybe like
Can you
this.
try this piece?
Like this, maybe like this.
Okay, can you try that?
Mhm.
It's warm. It's not hot, but it's warm. It's good? How good?
100.
100 good? Do you taste the peanut butter?
Yeah.
And you taste jelly? 1 or 2 thumbs up? 1 thumbs up? What about 2 thumbs up? Okay, 2 thumbs up. All right. Yay! Delicious. All right, we are going to be making Nutella banana bread. Delicious. Sorry for the loud noise in the background. My 3-year-old is jumping in the jump house inside, keeping him busy while Mama's cooking. All right, this is what we're going to need. We are going to need brown sugar, some baking soda, salt, all-purpose flour, unsweetened applesauce, egg whites. Okay, I'll be right there. 3 very ripe bananas, vanilla, hazelnut spread, and some softened butter. So Nixon heard the commotion, decided he wants to help, right? Okay, so I preheated my oven to 350. So far we have 2 tablespoons of softened butter and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And we're going to mix that up very carefully.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. I'm going to turn it on and you're going to do it, okay? Go ahead. Okay, so we mixed the butter and sugar, and next we added 2 egg whites, a 1/2 teaspoon vanilla extract, a 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce, and then 3 really ripe bananas. It says to mash them first, but honestly, I'm just going to use the hand mixer to do the work for me instead of wasting another bowl. And Nixon said he wanted to try some applesauce. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's mix this up. All right, so now we're getting our dry ingredients all mixed up. We have 1 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, 3/4 teaspoons baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So Nixon's gonna mix that up, and then we are going to add the dry ingredients to our wet ingredients and just mix until combined.
32.
Okay, so I have 2 loaf pans here. It says it makes 1, but these are very small loaf pans, and I like these disposable ones because I can throw them right into the freezer. So I'm going to see if I have enough to do 2, and I also grease them. It didn't say ungreased or greased, so I'd rather err on the caution of greased. So I'm going to go ahead and divide my batter up, and then I am going to warm up in the microwave my hazelnut spread for, I don't know, about 30 seconds or just until it's soft. And then we are going to spoon the Nutella over and swirl it in. And then we are going to cook it at 350 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes. Okay, so it turns out it was enough to only make 1, or else it would have been super low. That would have thrown off my cooking times and everything. So I went ahead and warmed up the Nutella. I think I did more than 1/4 cup because it looks like a lot. And I just spooned on top. And next I am just going to drag my knife through, which is going to kind of swirl it down.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
What is
There's 3 pans just in case we make other breads. So this will get it kind of down in there an inch or so and make that pretty swirl when you cut it. So I'm going to finish this and then get it into the oven. And I will show you what it looks like when it comes out. Now. Here is the Nutella banana bread that just looks amazing. Doesn't it? Smells amazing. I cannot wait for this to cool and slice it up. Oh my goodness. And the smell. Oh, I cannot wait to dig into that. Up this Nutella banana bread. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It looks so good. So what I think I'm going to do is I sliced it up into 4 pieces. What I'm going to do is individually wrap 3 of them and put those in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. And then one I'm going to keep out to give everybody a little taster tonight. And then the other 3 will go in the freezer to go along with a breakfast. Doesn't that, oh, so excited to eat that later. I'm waiting until my big boys get home and then everybody can try it together. And I are just cooking away here, and we are making Funfetti breakfast muffins next. This should make about 16 muffins.
Cereal muffins.
Cereal muffins, yeah, you could call them that. All right, what we are going to need, you see the ingredients here. We are going to need some fruity sweetened rice cereal. This is what makes it Funfetti. About 1/3 a cup of softened butter. We're going to need some all-purpose flour, baking powder, salt, sugar, and milk. So we are going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And then step 2 in a bowl, we're going to just, again, we're going to combine the flour, baking powder, and salt. Okay, so we creamed 1/3 a cup softened butter and 2/3 cup sugar. And now we are just going to mix our dry ingredients slowly and actually alternate it, a little bit of dry, and then I have 1 1/3 cup milk. So we're going to do a little dry, a little bit of milk, alternating until that's all mixed in. All right, so we got our batter all mixed, and next we are just going to gently fold in 1 1/3 cup of a fruity rice sweetened cereal, or whatever this is. All right, we're going to add that and mix that up. Okay, I added the cereal. Now I'm going to divide the batter into my greased muffin tins. This should make 16 muffins, and because my oven's being used, I'm using the toaster oven, so I cannot fit 2 pans in there. So I will just have to make them in 2 batches. But the good thing is they cook at 400 degrees for only 10 to 14 minutes, so it won't take long. What it looks like in my muffin tins. Don't those look beautiful? My kids are going to love the look of these. And I tasted a little bit of batter. It tastes just like pancake batter, but just a little bit sweet. So I don't think they're going to need any other sweetener after the cereal, and because it is a little bit of sweet. All right, so let's get these in the oven. Okay, here are our Funfetti breakfast muffins out of the oven. Don't those look amazing? I cannot wait to try those. We are going to be now making pancake cupcakes. Basically, this is like a pancake muffin, but on top as the frosting, you're going to have a little cream cheese sweetened with maple syrup. Doesn't that sound just so much fun for breakfast time? So what we are going to need is 3 cups of pancake mix, 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 cup of milk, and actually a cup of buttermilk, but in place I'm just going to be using plain yogurt. And then for the frosting, we need 16 ounces of cream cheese. I'm just using the 1/3 less fat because that's what I have, and some maple syrup to sweeten that. So let's go ahead and get started. I preheated my oven to 350, and we are just going to mix the pancake mix, eggs, butter, milk, and my yogurt instead of the buttermilk in a large bowl. Okay, I mixed up my batter, and next I'm going to fill my muffin tins. It's actually going to make 12. So I'm going to use about half the batter and fill these up, get them in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. What it looks like, and I'm going to stick these in the oven. I have 16 ounces total of softened cream cheese and about 6 tablespoons of maple syrup. And I am just going to combine this with my hand mixer, and then this will be the frosting for the cupcakes. It should make enough for 4 different breakfasts, but I'm going to wait until I've used all my batter to kind of see exactly how many of these pancake cupcakes I make before I divide it up, I think. Just so I don't divide it 4 ways and then only end up needing it 3 ways or something like that. So let's go ahead and get this mixed up. All right, I got that all blended, and let me tell you, I tried a little bit off the beater. It is delicious, and it's going to be the perfect pairing with a pancake cupcake. This is what the pancake cupcakes look like when they come out. They look golden and delicious. Let me show you on the bottom. See how easily they do come out easy. Oh, that looks perfect. So I'm going to let these cool, get another batch in, and then we will let them cool and divide them into freezer bags. Next is this gluten-free, dairy-free apple sausage quiche. Mine is not going to be dairy-free though. This recipe really sounded good. We don't have any dairy allergies or anything like that. So I'm just using regular cheese instead of dairy-free. All right, so it says 2 cups peeled and grated russet potatoes. I am cheating a little bit and using thawed frozen hash browns to make it easier on myself. You need 2 egg whites and then 1 tablespoon of diced shallots. Now this recipe is also going to call for a cup of drained and diced roasted peppers. I love roasted peppers, but I already had this in my fridge from a dinner 2 nights ago, and I think I am going to use it up. So this is a whole big batch of sauteed onions, bell peppers, that's green pepper in there, and also some jalapenos, which just sounds amazing with this dish. So I think what I'm going to do is just chop all this up and use this in place of the shallots and the red peppers. And, you know, it'll definitely bump up the veggies too because it doesn't call for that much. So I'm excited about that. It's also going to take a 1.75 cup cooked ground sausage, which I already cooked and have cooled. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, which just goes so wonderfully with the apples we are going to dice up and use as well. Just that flavor is so good. The cheese, which I haven't got out of the fridge, but whatever kind of cheese, cheddar cheese. I think I'm using a Mexican blend, mozzarella, any kind of cheese would be good in this. And then you're also going to need 6 regular eggs and then just salt and pepper. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees and get the hash browns going. Now, because the original recipe calls for minced shallot in here and I don't have any of that, I did add some egg whites. That's going to help bind it together to make the bottom of our little quiches. But I like to season every step of the way. I don't want those to be flavorless. So I did add some black pepper, and I figured shallots are usually kind of like a cross between onion and garlic. So I'm doing this granulated garlic and also this onion salt. So I'm going to get this combined, grease the bottom of my muffin tins, and then go ahead and press the hash browns into the muffin tins. Okay, so this recipe is supposed to make actually 16. Now, full disclosure, what happened was I had measured out 2 cups of the frozen hash browns, but when they thawed, it went down about ½ cup. So it isn't quite enough for 16. So what I'm doing, I did divide it into 12, which looks about perfect. And I will make these 12, and then when I take those out of the oven and make the other, let's see, what should there be? 4 more. I mean, I'm just going to do them without hash browns, so not a problem. But with those extra veggies, it might end up making more, and that way I can just fill these up, and then whatever's left, I will do in my second batch, making however many it makes. Okay, my hash browns are cooking away in there 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. And while those are cooking, I chopped up my 3 apples, and I am just cooking those down a little bit. It says in instructions to cook it with your shallots and peppers and stuff, but remember those are already cooked. They just need to be warm for me. And these you just want to be softened up, not falling apart. So I'm going to cook these for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to add in the sausage and the peppers and the onions and stuff to warm it all up and get it all combined. All right, guys, I chopped up those peppers and onions small, and I added it to my apples. So I'm just going to let this blend together for about another minute, and then we'll be ready to assemble those cups as soon as they come out of the oven. Okay, so these came out of the oven. They're nice and set. And then what I'm going to do is you can absolutely add that to there, but I just left it separate. And so I'm going to add some of the sausage, some of my veggie and apple mixture, and I did add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup to this. It smells amazing. And then I'm going to I just whipped up about 6 eggs, and then I had a little bit of egg whites left from a previous recipe, so I just threw those in there as well. Added a little bit of onion salt and black pepper. And then I'm going to sprinkle with a little cheese, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I added the sausage, the vegetables, the eggs, and then topped it with a little bit of cheese. And I am going to get these in the 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes. I've taken about 25 minutes. They smell so good. I actually haven't eaten lunch, and I decided I am going to have a couple of these for lunch because I cannot wait to dig in. So I'm going to let them cool a little bit, and then I'll show you what they look like when I pop them out. Popped 2 of these out. They came out really well. I did use a spoon to go around after that first part stuck, and then that worked much easier. But don't they look amazing? So this is going to be my lunch right now. And the rest I will pop out, let cool, and I'm going to make another batch. And then I will get those in my freezer, and I will be set for breakfast for myself for a while. First off, I apologize for the noise in the background. My 3-year-old's back in the jump house, but I wanted to kind of share with you what I ended up with. First is the Nutella banana bread. I cut it into 4 huge chunks. I fit 3 of them into this quart-size gallon bag, and then 1/4 of it is out for my family to enjoy later. This is definitely my new favorite, this Funfetti breakfast muffin. I tried just a little bit, and it is just delicious. Love those. So those are going in the freezer. These pancake muffins, I ended up with 2 bags, and each one has 2 little things of frosting portioned out. I did them in these sandwich bags, so I figured I could let it thaw, snip a corner, and pipe it on that way. And then I made a couple for my older boys to try if they want to in the next couple mornings. The only thing I have to say about these is they're really good, but I probably shouldn't add the sprinkles, because honestly it makes it look like a regular sweet cupcake, and if you bite it thinking it's going to taste like a cupcake, it does not. It definitely tastes like a pancake with cream cheese on it, which is delicious with the maple, but you have to kind of know it's not something you want to give to somebody going, oh, try a cupcake. They'd be like, this is weird. But if you know what it is going in, they are very, very delicious. So I hope you guys know what I mean by all that. So these I'm keeping in the fridge. I'm keeping that out. But I have 2 more. And I figured if my boys do not like the frosting, I also like they're on the side, because I will just let them warm these up and dunk them in a little bit of maple syrup. That'd be good. All right, next are these gluten-free. Mine are not dairy-free, but this apple sausage quiche. This is something my husband and I just really, really will enjoy for breakfast. It gave us a lot. I kind of separated them here because some have hash browns, some do not. And then I kept 6 out for my husband and I to try. Well, I already tried 2. They're delicious. But I'll eat some for snacks or breakfast over the next couple days, and so can he. So I'm leaving 6 in the fridge for now, putting the rest in the freezer. And lastly are these peanut butter and jelly muffins. I just pulled these out because I had them in the freezer first. These are amazing. These are really, really good. They're very peanut buttery, and you get that jelly in the middle. Delicious. So I packed these up in the freezer, and then what I did is I grabbed some of these and some of these to keep in the fridge to let people try out, because I made all this work. I want to enjoy it over the next couple days so I don't have to do breakfast, so they can kind of choose what they want. After a few days, whatever they don't eat, I'll just stick right in the freezer. Easy peasy. Okay, so there you have the 5 freezer breakfasts I made, and I just love having those in my freezers for quick mornings. Please leave a comment down below on your favorite thing to freeze for breakfast. I always love to hear that. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to check out once a month meals, don't forget there is a link in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day.